overcome with emotion. Now, I'd like to share something with you, and when I think of somebody being just completely overcome by emotion, I've got just kind of one thing in my past that sticks out to me. And so I grew up in a small country church, kind of a lot of family there, kind of like we do have here a little bit. And my uncle was the preacher of that church. And so he still preaches at the church my parents attend today in southeast Indiana. And his name is Jim and Vicki, just a great family. Immediately went to Cincinnati Christian University, went through seminary, and became a minister, and they served so faithfully. When I was about 8 years old, they were trying to have a baby. They were struggling with infertility. They were on all kinds of drugs and medicine. They just couldn't have a baby. They finally got pregnant, and then they found out a few weeks later she miscarried. So it was disheartening to them. Okay? A few months later, she gets pregnant again, has a beautiful, beautiful baby girl named Julia, healthy girl. They're just so excited to have her. And so they decided to keep trying. Okay? So she gets pregnant again, right? They want to grow their family. And they have this beautiful baby boy named Michael. Now, Michael was born on November 6th. So it was right before Christmas, and so he's just a few weeks old, and I can remember my whole family, it's a farming community, so all the families live within about a 5-mile radius. So we get together for holidays, so I remember Thanksgiving being there, and I remember Christmas was super special. We're just so happy to have Michael there, so happy for Jim and Vicki. It was just a great time with family. I was only 8, but a few days later I got a phone call. My mom kind of lost herself on the phone, and I was like, what's going on? Well, Jim and Vicki had been driving to his parents' house to bring Michael to spend some time with family. And as they were traveling, Vicki lived in the back seat and Michael was blue. And so this was before cell phones, and so they pulled into the first house that they found, and the people were gone, but somebody was there to watch their dogs. So they called 911. Ambulance came and got Michael, and by the time they got to the hospital, he was gone. Just like that. So they didn't know what happened. They got some tests done. Apparently he had an enlarged heart. And it was difficult because that morning Vicki thought something was wrong. So she took him to the doctor. They said, it's just a cold, he's fine. So they took him, and then he was gone. So I can remember at his funeral a couple of days later, we were there, and it was surreal. Because just 2-3 days earlier, we were holding him, we were playing with him. Now he's in a casket. And this memory sticks in my mind like no other. The cousins were asked to be the pallbearers in the funeral, and so we were staying after, and everybody was released to go to the gravesite. And Jim just asked, he said, can I have just a few more minutes with my baby boy? That's all I want. So I can remember just being in there. And the cousins were probably between the ages of 6 and 11, so we're pretty young. And I can remember Jim walking up to the casket, and it was closed because it wasn't pretty what happened. And he fell to his knees. And this is a man that has the most composure I've ever seen in my life. He falls to his knees, and he screams at the top of his lung, why? He does it for about 3 minutes, starts banging on the casket as hard as he can for 3-4 minutes. He just loses it. My grandpa went to help him up, and we eventually made it to the gravesite. But that sticks in my memory as when I think of raw emotion, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that. And the interesting thing about this story is Jim never left the ministry. He may have questioned why, but he believed in God's will. And the funny thing about it is, because Jesus died on the cross, Jim has this hope that one day he is going to see Michael again. It's not just now, it's forever that he will have with Michael. And that's because Jesus wept over people so much, such unconditional love, that he volunteered to go to the cross. It's because of that Jim can say, one day I'm going to see Michael again. And see, the reason that Jim and Vicki can move on with their lives in the midst of this tragedy is because they've had their heart transplants. Okay, so Michael didn't get his. He didn't get it in time. But spiritually, God had already done a work in their lives. They had accepted Christ, and because of that, they had the strength to move on. Because it gave them supernatural peace and understanding and faith and strength. And I just think about what it says in Luke 19:10 there, when it says, for the Son of Man has come to seek and save the lost. It doesn't say the Son of Man has come to make us happy. It doesn't say the Son of Man has come so that we can have riches and great cars and houses. It doesn't say that. It says the Son of Man has come to seek and save the lost. And if we don't have a heart transplant spiritually, then we're going to make Jesus all about us. You look at the Pharisees in the temple that were making money off of sacrifices. You look at the triumphal entry and everybody was just there because they thought he was a physical savior and they liked his miracles. They didn't have a heart transplant. They missed it. And it requires that heart transplant for us to move on and partner with his will, which is to come to seek and save the lost. Now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to end here in a few minutes. If the team wants to come back up and get ready back here, go ahead and do that now.